In this video, I'm going to share the best strategies to earn passive income on your crypto. It's been a wild ride this year with several of the top interest accounts shutting down in light of recent regulatory crackdowns from the SEC, in addition to Luna, the third largest blockchain at the time, completely collapsing in a matter of days. It's left a lot of people wondering, how else can we put our digital assets to work for us? I'm here to answer those questions. What are the best passive income strategies for crypto right now? First, let's get you up to speed on what's been happening since this all got turned upside down starting in mid-February this year. So centralized crypto interest accounts are one of the most popular ways to earn passive income since they are easy to use and offer really high rates. On that fateful day, BlockFi notified their users that they are sunsetting their interest accounts in the United States. I released a video on that a few days after, and I'll link it up here and down below if you want to check it out. For anyone who's been in the crypto game for even a little, you're probably aware that governments around the world are still trying to figure out how to properly regulate cryptocurrency across the board, especially in the US. Mostly for tax purposes, no surprise there, but they're also citing consumer safety. It's been 4 months since then, so here are the spark notes. In that video about BlockFi's interest shutdown, I warned of other crypto interest accounts shutting down as well, and unfortunately, I was right. Since then, Nexo, Ledin, and most recently Celsius have also sunset their interest accounts for the time being until they register with the US government, specifically the SEC, or the stifle earnings from crypto. Nah, just kidding. They're the Securities and Exchange Commission. And with Luna collapsing, earning that juicy 20% interest on UST with Anchor is no longer a viable option, along with most of the other DeFi that was running on the network. So the passive income scene for crypto has really taken a beating over the last couple months. For those of you living outside the US, this does not impact you as much since you can continue using most interest accounts as you normally would. This video will still be helpful for you since you probably still want to use these strategies and platforms no matter where you live. If you're living in the US, those major platforms I mentioned are no longer allowing customers to open or fund interest accounts. If you already have an interest account with funds in there, you will still earn interest just like you always have, and you're free to withdraw whenever, but you are no longer able to transfer funds into the interest account again under any circumstance. You can still open regular accounts with them to get upwards of $300 in free crypto using my links down below. So now that you're all caught up, let's get into the best crypto passive income strategies that you can use right now. Starting with the easiest strategy first, let's talk about crypto interest accounts. These are typically centralized, extremely user-friendly, and pretty much anyone can use these with little to no experience. Basically, you buy or deposit crypto into your account, then they lend it out to generate interest and give you a portion of that, just like a bank does with the money in your account. Except with crypto, the rates are far higher. Like we just talked about, a lot of the major platforms were shut down, but these next few are ones that you can still use right now. I'm not sponsored by any of them. These are my objective and not financial advice opinions on my anonymous experience with them. The first of these we'll look at is FTX, formerly Blockfolio. Founded in 2019 by tech billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX is one of the largest exchanges in the world with naming rights to the Miami Heat basketball arena. The platform has really grown on me, and FTX Pro is now one of my go-to exchanges, and I'll be releasing a guide on how to maximize your use of both FTX and FTX Pro in the near future. On FTX, you get 8% on everything, any assets, including US dollars, up to $10,000, then 5% after that, which is honestly still really solid. I love that it's one rate for everything too, since it's just one less set of rates to keep track of. Here's a pro tip to maximize your overall interest across your entire portfolio. Deposit crypto with lower rates on other platforms into FTX first, especially if you have over that $10,000 limit. For example, Chainlink typically has 1 to 3% APY on other platforms, while Bitcoin is higher, around 4 to 6%. It all comes down to opportunity cost. Instead of keeping Link on a platform with lower interest rates, put it on FTX to fill up that much higher 8% rate. And then you could put your Bitcoin on the other platforms I talk about next, where it will earn around the same rate as FTX. And speaking of rates, 93% of you guys aren't subscribed, so hit that big red button if this video is helping you out. If you have under $10,000, then don't worry about all that. Honestly, you can just throw it all into FTX and do really well. Some other perks of FTX are free withdrawals on all crypto except Ethereum and ERC20 tokens, where they will cover half the network fee. But since those network fees are relatively low right now, ETH and ERC20 transfers are also free, so take advantage of that while you can. They also support bank deposits and trading, so you can use them as a one-stop shop for all of your crypto purchases. Just a heads up, it's app only and their support is ticket only, so just something to consider. You can use the link down below to get free crypto on FTX. The next platform I want to cover is Vault, founded in 2018 and backed by well-known venture capitalist Peter Thiel. They're good for 4.6% on both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and great for stable coins at 9.4%. And actually, you can get even higher rates. They offer fixed term for 30 days, which really isn't that long at all, to crank that rate up to a beefy 6.7% on both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and 12.7% on stablecoins. With that option, you can withdraw at any time and you just lose the interest you would have earned in that 30-day period. So overall, it's a really good deal. Vault has other features like crypto-backed loans and an exchange that has about a 0.5% fee, including spread, which is similar to Coinbase Pro, so not that bad if you don't want to leave the platform. They don't have a fiat on-ramp for, US dollars, and will be requiring KYC starting June 30th, but are overall a solid platform. The link down below will get you an additional 2.5% interest payout and 20% back on trading fees. If you're not interested in the 30-day lockup, then HODLNOT, or HODLNOT as a lot of people like to say, is a great alternative, which I have reviewed on the channel. Link will be up here and down below if you want to learn more. Founded in 2019, they have historically yielded some of the highest rates of all the interest platforms and use a tiered rate system. It's good for 5.3% on your first 0.1 Bitcoin, it's 3% after that. Good for 4.3% on all Ethereum, and great for 9.4% on your first 100,000 of each stablecoin. HODLNOT pretty much only does Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins, and they don't support many of the altcoins, only the big boys, but that list seems to be growing. There's also no fiat on-ramp, so you'll need to transfer crypto in from an exchange like Coinbase, FTX, or Gemini that does take fiat, just like with Vault. The link below will get you 30 USDC if you're interested. There are other platforms that you might be interested in, but most offer much lower interest rates in the 1 to 3% range. Those are Crypto.com, Voyager, and Gemini Earn, and I've reviewed the last two on the channel. If you don't want to do any of these with crypto, there are other options with straight up US dollars, like iBonds yielding nearly 10% APY, FTX, like we talked about, yielding 8% on US dollars, and Current is yielding 4% APY, and you can also get a free $50 for signing up with them. So there's a bunch of great crypto interest platforms, but with some of the bigger ones getting shut down, you might be interested in passive income strategies that can't be as easily shut down. The next step would be staking crypto natively on its network. I won't go too in depth, but basically you are kind of lending your crypto to a validator on the network, which lets them secure that network. A major benefit is you are always in full control of your crypto, which never leaves your wallet. In return, you earn rewards usually in the 6 to 12% range, but sometimes up to 50 to 80%. You can stake right now on proof of stake networks like Solana, Polygon, and Cosmos. I have made a guide on how to stake Solana, link to that is up here and down below, and if there's any others you want to see, let me know. Personally, if I can stake it and the fees aren't high like on Ethereum, I'll always do it myself on my Ledger hardware wallet. I have a full setup guide and a bunch of other useful videos on this guy, so if you're interested, links will be down below. While staking is a little more complicated than crypto interest platforms, pretty much all you're doing is sending crypto that you bought to your own wallet, selecting a validator and delegating them whatever amount you want to stake. Then you just sit back and watch the earnings roll in. What's even better about staking is you might earn even more passive income from airdrops. This is basically a marketing tactic that projects use to generate interest, where they send their crypto for free to people. It's kind of like the Web3 version of handing out flyers on a busy street, except some of those flyers might have money taped to them like it's a Mr. Beast video. In the last few months, I've received about $800 in free crypto from Cosmos airdrops alone, just for doing something that I do anyway, which is staking natively on the network. That can and probably will be its own separate video, so let me know if it's something that you'd like to see. Overall, if you're looking to take your crypto game up a notch, staking is a great way to do that while also increasing your game. But what if you wanted to kick your crypto game into overdrive? The next step you can take is decentralized finance, or DeFi for short. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. What's really cool is, just like staking, you are always in control of your funds. You never have to send them out of your wallet. DeFi can come in many different forms that can be difficult to understand and has plenty of its own risks, but I will go over how to use the basics in my Polygon network guide, which I'll link up here and down below. Here's a brief overview of what you can do. SushiSwap and Uniswap are decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, where you can swap crypto, like trading your Ethereum to get USDC. Curve Finance, while it looks ancient, is actually a prominent DEX as well, where you can swap crypto for a fee, and on the flip side, provide crypto for others to swap with while pocketing those fees for yourself. These are called liquidity pools. These are really powerful and great to use with crypto you're planning to hold long term anyway. And finally, we have Aave, which is a decentralized crypto interest account, similar to the ones that we talked about in the beginning of the video, but with no single entity behind it to serve as a point of failure, as we've been seeing. If you're thinking, whoa, hold up, Adam, that was way too much. No worries, I have a phenomenal alternative. Midas is a centralized crypto interest account, similar to the other ones we talked about earlier, except they do not use centralized collateralized lending like most of the other platforms do. They almost exclusively do DeFi, staking, and trading using their proprietary algorithms. Midas is a solid pick for people who want exposure to DeFi, but don't actually want to do it themselves, which is fair, it is very complicated. They offer an amazing 9.4% on Bitcoin, 10.6% on Ethereum, and 14.5% on stablecoins, with options to boost all of these. These are the highest rates by far, but again, think of them like DeFi, which is generally seen as riskier rather than centralized lending. They are browser only and support is ticketed, but have been a reliable platform for me. I put a link down below if you want to check them out. So now, let's talk about the part of the video that probably drew you in, just so that this isn't clickbait. How can you earn $100 per day in passive income with crypto? Now, I gotta say this up front. You either gotta have money to make money, or you have to take some risks. No one is going to pay you a high return for free. With that said, here are some ways to hit that magical $100 per day. And again, this is just for fun. This is the furthest thing from financial advice. Starting with the easiest and lowest risk approach, which is putting any crypto or even US dollars on FTX. You would need a whopping $720,000, including the 8% rate, but of course, most of that is going to earn at the 5% rate. That is a metric ton, so let's see if we can do better. Next, we could go for the highest rate on Vault, which is 12.7% on USDC with the fixed term deposit. You would need $290,000 to earn that $100 per day. Okay, that's a lot better than almost $750,000 on FTX, but it's still a large chunk, just like Zeke over here. All right, well, how about staking? This one could vary a lot, but a pretty solid staking rate on a large network like Cosmos is typically around 10%, which means around $370,000 staked to hit $100 per day. If you want to stake on a smaller and riskier network with higher rates, we could try staking Osmosis in the Cosmos ecosystem at 53%, and you would only need $70,000, about the price of a used Tesla Model S. Both scenarios assume stable prices, and we all know crypto is the opposite of that, especially for smaller cap projects. So with higher upfront cost and volatility, staking might not be the best way to earn a a steady passive income, but it's still phenomenal for a lot of other reasons. Now let's take a look at Midas, which again offers 14.5% on USDC while they use it in DeFi. You would need a measly $250,000 or $250,000 to hit $100 per day. Okay, still a lot, but we're getting a little more reasonable, and honestly, that's the best you're going to get while having some balance of risk versus reward. Now, if you want a full send and do some degenerate DeFi yield farming, let's check out the USDC Osmo liquidity pool, again on Osmosis in the Cosmos ecosystem, which gives 116% APY right now. You could go a lot crazier than this since it's using a stablecoin, but I don't want to give you all any more bad ideas. You would need $32,000 to reach $100 per day, which is like the price of a new car. It's not completely unrealistic. But again, keep in mind, this assumes a minimum price volatility, at least for Osmo and hopefully USDC as well, that it doesn't suffer the same fate as UST. But of course, crypto has a ton of volatility and it's very risky. So that's it. There is everything you need to know about crypto passive income. Let me know if you have any questions on this down below. I'm happy to make guides on any of what we talked about. If this video helped you at all, I'd appreciate you sharing this with someone who you think this could also help. And might as well like and subscribe while you're down there too. At the end of the day, with all of my videos, I'm just trying to provide you guys with the knowledge and tools to achieve financial freedom, no matter what form that comes in. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.